Someone left a rain cover here. Hello everyone, I'm on my yearly pilgrimage to Glencoe in Scotland. I'm at Loch Tulla. The weather is very calm, there is no wind at all, and there are beautiful reflections of the Black Mountain on the surface of the water. So I'm gonna set up my camera and I'm gonna take a couple of shots of those reflections. Loch Tulla is the southernmost loch I usually visit on my yearly pilgrimage. I'm not 100% sure if it's part of the Rannoch Moor, but I usually visit this loch when arriving or leaving Glencoe, and it's well worth the visit. At the western end of the loch there are the famous Caledonian pines over there. Yeah, you can see those two. It's very famous. So what can you do here? I'm gonna explain it while I'm walking over there to the pine trees. So one thing you can do here when the wind is very calm and there are nice flat surface on the water, then you can obviously do reflection. Excuse me, I just have to be very careful. It's very boggy over here. So that is one thing you can do. And the next thing, when it's snowy and frosty, obviously that gives again an extra twist to your images, and that can look very nice, especially if there is a nice sunrise. This is rather a sunrise location because the sun is rising from that direction and illuminating the mountains in the background. As you can see, I have arrived. Behind me the two famous trees of Loch Tulla, which is everywhere on the internet. You can see it's a well photographed scene. Basically you can see where my tripod is. That's trodden by photographers, and it's a well trodden path. It's still a beautiful scene, so you can see I try to compose the scene somehow with the Black Mountains in the background. There is a little bit of color appeared on the sky now, which makes the scene even more beautiful. So the problem with this one, I'm going to show you the photos right now, that had to compose these two trees that they are not distracted by the mountains or the other trees on the sides on the little island on the right side. So I used my 14 to 30 to compose this image, and I got quite close. These pines, they are really beautiful. Look how big they are. I never understood this. Why you can't take your litter home with you? And the third thing I forgot to mention is when it's misty or foggy, then that helps to separate those trees from the background. So that can be also very moody, very atmospheric. I sent up a drone a little bit and took some aerial images and aerial footage as well. I really enjoyed it. I don't remember when was last time that there was such a calm conditions, and you could fly without any disturbance of wind or worrying about anything. Alright, it's time to move on now. I went down over there. There are a couple of nice rocks there, and I used them as a foreground with the reflections of the Black Mountains, and I think they look quite nice. So, and also I took some photos of some bushes, the reflection of the bushes, so if they turn out to be any good, then here they are. This is the other Lochen, the unpronounceable one. I'm going to put it up on the screen, which I usually stop at when I'm arriving or leaving Glencoe. 2 years ago I had a beautiful winter wonderland here, but this year there is no snow, and at the moment the Black Mountain in the background is kind of behind clouds, so not much I can do here today, I think, and I'm still gonna try. I'm thinking of something like a super long exposure with a 10-stop Andy, something very minimalistic. Let's see what we can create here. This is what I found, these boulder triplets here. So I framed it up like the boulders are on the bottom right corner, compensating the hills on the left side of the image. I put on an ND 1000 filter, which gives me about 30 seconds shutter speed. If it's going to be color or if it's going to be black and white, I don't know yet. My goal is here to achieve a kind of a minimalist look. So if it turns out to be any good, then here is the image. Nothing is catching my eyes in this direction. The problem I'm facing that although there are these nice scattered rocks everywhere, again on this side you can see there are a lot of nicely arranged scattered rocks and boulders, but the relation between those subject and the background is very, very weak. So because the background is further away, miles away, I can't really make it work. So either I can find a nice kind of pattern in the rocks and I can photograph that. There's not much to do here today. Obviously the sky doesn't contribute too much today because it's flat and grey. There is no snow on the mountains. There is no sunrise, no sunset. So yeah, I'm struggling a little bit. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to try to walk back the direction I came from, and maybe sometimes it helps walking the same way on the opposite direction, and then something's gonna catch my eyes finally. Nope. Probably there are thousands of unnoticed composition here, and I could walk all the way up. It's a huge rock, but it's cold and I'm hungry. So I decided to go back to the car, have some bites, and head to the next location. See you there in a second. We are almost in Glencoe Valley, just 2-3 miles from here now. And the loch behind me is Loch, which is the little sister of the unpronounceable one. Very similar, especially on the other side of the A82 road. There are some really nice compositions to be had in case the weather would allow. Not today, there is no snow in the mountains and not much light, so I think I'm just gonna carry on until I reach Glencoe Valley. The Glencoe Valley has only two famous lochs or lochans. The first one I'm going to visit is called Lochs and It's a teeny, weeny little lochan, but it's famous because it positions herself to be the foreground of the Moor peak, which is right behind me. So let me walk there and we're going to catch up and see how it looks like. When you are approaching this waterfall, there is a car park about 200-300 yards away, and either do what I'm doing, come on this side of the A82, and there is a little footpath, and cross the road then when you reached Lochs and Lochans. Or you can go down to the kind of the riverbank and walk there, although it's quite boggy. So I still prefer to walk on the other side of the road. I'm going to be there within probably 2 minutes. This is Lochs and Lochans, so you can shoot into that direction, or, and that's the Moor peak behind me, and you can shoot into this direction and having that peak in the background, which I don't know which peak is. I'm gonna look it up and put it on screen when I googled it. Again, I think the most beautiful images can be taken here when the Lochs is frozen over and everything is snowy. The sun is rising from that direction, so it's lighting up this peak. So it's again a sunrise location, or it can be sunset as well, but then you have to face the other direction. But today conditions are not ideal. I'm just going to take one photo because I've never been here before, just for my records. But probably I have to return here for better conditions. This is the last location for today. Again, a loch, which name I can't even pronounce. I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you. I've been here, I photographed this beautiful white cottage and the peak behind it with the waterfall. Also, this one can be a good sunrise location and sunset also, depending on the time of the year you are here. And let me show you around. So you can photograph the cottage with the mountain in the background, and you can also photograph the Glencoe Valley itself and the reflections of the mountains. Hope you enjoyed today's video. This was the last location. I haven't covered one more location, which is the Glencoe Lochan, but that one worth itself a separate video. Please don't forget to leave a like down below, and if you like my content, then please consider to subscribe. Please stay tuned, because more videos coming from Glencoe area. Until next time, may the light be with you all.